This is the video solution of exam76. It's exam for course 27000, so information system and data management. Okay, this exam was done during the period of COVID crisis, so the student had received their files via email and had to record everything they were doing on the screen. So I have received the file via email. I did not open them from the email directly, okay, but I saved them on my desktop. Here they are. I'm using a Mac. Okay, let's open Excel. Okay, in the meantime, before the exam, I have obviously already opened VMware Horizon Client, so that for the access part it's ready. Come on. Okay, so adding problems, can't find solver. Okay, luckily in this exam there was no solver. Open the file, produce a PDF file called apart.pdf in landscape orientation with grid lines and blah 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 blah. So let's go. Page layout. It's better to go here, page setup. Windows user have a little bottom here instead. Page landscape orientation. What else? Grid lines. So I go to sheet, grid lines. Centered vertically and horizontally. So I go to margin, vertically, horizontally. And with your surname as header on the right. So header and footer. Custom header on the right. Quality. Please put your surname and not the surname of one of your colleagues, as it already happened in one of the past exams, and obviously the two students were accused of cheating. Okay, now I have to produce a PDF, so file, save as, I save as PDF, here PDF. I save on my desktop. I take care where I save. Yeah? Some of you save randomly around and then complain that the computer has eaten your files. Okay. And now let's take a look at it. Where is it? It's here. I double click. Okay, it's not on a single page, so that's why it's in this horrible version. Is it that now it has also saved sheet 2, but doesn't matter. Okay, preview, quit preview. Okay. Where is it? My Excel? Here it is. Okay, in column P, insert the cost per square meter calculated. So in column P, I make it very large. So for those of you who have a small screen, equal. Calculated as the total price, so I choose, minus 5,000 times the sum of garages, column J and K, so J2 plus K2. Everything divided, so everything, so I must put some parentheses, divided by the square meters, column 2, B2. Okay, the first two numbers should be 3056 and 3397. 3056, click, 3397, very well. Okay, save, because you never know. Okay, don't complain with me if your Excel crashes and you lost everything. I can correct from the video, but I will assign a penalty for not having saved the file. In column Q, insert a formula which displays cellar heating if the apartment does not have a cellar, neither heating. Cellar if it does not have a cellar, heating if it does not have a heating, nothing if it does both. Well, there are three ways for doing it. I will now show briefly all three. Okay, I will start with the most straightforward, which is not the faster one. Equal if and. So cellar is in column M, so M2 equals 0, semicolon, and N2 equals 0. Okay, alternatively you can write it like this. You know, the end can be written in this way, probably it's more natural. Okay, if both are 0 in this way, I have to write cellar heating. Okay, otherwise if only M2 is equal to 0, I have to write M2 is the seller. Otherwise, if the other one is equal to 0, so N2 is equal to 0, I have to write heating. And finally, in the last case, I have to write nothing, close all the parentheses. Okay, this is a possibility. Let me show it. Okay. A better possibility, according to my opinion, is this one. If M2 equals 0, semicolon, you start another if, N2 equals 0. In this case, both are 0, and you write seller heating. Okay. Otherwise, in this case, M2 is 0, but N2 not, so seller. Close the internal if. Now in the second one, if. Here we are in the situation in which M2 is not 0, if N2 is 0, in this case heating, otherwise nothing. Okay, this is a shorter way, it's a little more contorted, probably the way of thinking. Okay. And now we show you the fastest one. Uses concatenation. If M2 is equal to 0, you write seller. Otherwise nothing. And this is concatenated with an if N2 is equal to 0, you write heating, otherwise nothing. Okay. Alternatively, you can use the concatenate operator instead of this and. They both are fine. Okay. Click. Okay. Let me see. Is there a seller heating? Yes. Okay. Save after all this effort. In column R, insert a logarithm base 10 of the total price, column I. Easy peasy. You can use log 10, or you can use simply log, column I. You can use simply log because by default the base is 10. However, I want to be sure, so. Okay, save. In sheet sums, insert in the second row the averages of all the columns of sheet apartment. So, let's make it larger. Equal average. Okay, here for column A, even though calculating the average of an ID is a little silly. Now I don't go back, otherwise this apartments here will become sums. I simply press enter and I will be teleported back. Okay, and now I just drag to the right and it should change. Let me see. Does it change? Yes, it changes. Fine. Done. Save. Using an entire new sheet, insert a pivot chart. You may insert a related pivot table in another sheet if you need to. Okay, let me see. So, insert. Okay, I will start with a pivot table. Let's do it in the easiest way. Okay, the range is this. No, the range is from R. No, the range is everything. Thank you. It's one of the rare cases in which Excel doesn't guess correctly the range. Okay, into new worksheet. Okay. Okay, so I need the heating and the garage. So garage 1 and heating. Garage 1. Let's put it in the rows, for example, and heating. Let's put this in the columns. Okay, and I need to count the apartments. You can count whatever field you want, doesn't matter. I will count ID, but by default Excel proposes the sum, so I just right click and choose field setting and I choose count. Okay, now from this thing here, first of all I save. I built a pivot chart. If I can find it on the Mac, how to build it. Pivot chart, it's here. Oops, it's here. Okay, I do have to use an entire new sheet. Yes, I have to use an entire new sheet. So, design, move chart to an entire new sheet. Okay. Is it the same as mine? Yes, I have the blanks here. I don't know why. Yes, it seems the same as mine. It's a little different because the Mac has little different. It displays the blanks, for example. Yes. If for any reason you have put the garage here and the heating here, you will see it switched. Okay, you will see it switched in this way. Okay, you just press switch row columns. Okay, save. In a new sheet, display the graph of the function and indicate with a text box. Okay, so first of all, I need the function. Make it larger. Oh, the professor suggests me to calculate the function's value between -1 and +2. So let's take the suggestion. So -1. Clearly, I don't write -1, 0, 1, 2. Okay, because the number of points to draw the function will be too little. Okay. At least, and I say at least, I write -1, -0.9. It's 0. Okay, it's 0,9 on this Mac. Okay, and now I drag until I get to 2. I repeat, it's an error, right? It means that you have not understood how to draw a function graph if you just write -1, 0, 1. And even -1, 0, -0.5, 0, it's not a good idea. At least steps of 0.1 equal 4 by x cube, where is the little head, cube, minus 3 by x minus 1. Click, click. Yes, it passes the 0 here and here. Okay, I have to draw the graph of the function. It doesn't require in an entire new sheet, so it's enough. Insert, where are the graphs? Here. The function graph is this one here. You can choose this one or this one, for example. Let's take this one. Okay, wonderful function. Let's make it larger. Okay, the professor asks me for indicate with a text box and 2 arrows the zeros of the function. So insert, where is it? Where is an insert? Insert the text box. Where is the shapes? Yes. Zeros. Let me put it a little better. Okay. I don't care about aesthetic, but minimal. Okay, the arrow. One. Another arrow. Shapes. Another arrow. Okay. It's horrible, but okay, that's what the professor asks. In a new sheet, display the descriptive statistics for square meters, column B, and net square meters, column C. Okay, so I go back to sheet apartments, data analysis. Okay, descriptive statistics. Okay, input range B and C. Group by column, labels in the first row. I want the summary statistics. Okay, here the result. Let's make it larger. Let's see whether it's reliable. So an average of 100 and yes, reliable. Save everything. Oh, it's finished. And let's switch to Access. So I quit Excel. Well, I see that many of you double click here. If you're working on Windows, it's fine. If you're working on the Mac and you're working from VMware Horizon, okay, you can try. Let's try. I cross my fingers. And you don't see me, but I'm crossing my fingers. Let's double click here. Oh, VMware Horizon opens. It's already open, by the way. You can see it's not the best choice because the poor Mac has to pass through a long series of things, but it seems to work. Yeah, wonderful. the progress of technology. Okay, open northwind.accdb with Microsoft Access, and it's always the same database. I have problems finding suitable queries. Create query warning which display the order details which have a quantity larger than the order level. Dai, come on. Access not responding. Can you see? It's slow because of that. Enable content. Okay. Create. Come on. The order details which have a quantity larger than the order level. Dai, come on. Oh! I hate Microsoft. Is it over? Okay. Query design. So order details. Since I will have also product name, I need products. Okay, they are correctly connected. So I need order ID from order details. Okay, then product name and quantity. And the display only when the quantity is larger than square bracket. Now on the Mac the square bracket is always a mess. In fact, it doesn't come. I don't get the square brackets builder. Why do I insist in using the Mac? Northwind tables products reorder level. Okay, let me delete the first part. Okay, done. So in case you don't have the square brackets with the builder, you can get them. Run. Let me write a note of the result. 1457 records. Okay, so I can write it in the. It should be called warning. So file. I close it, so it will ask me to save. I hope. Yes. Okay, warning. Okay, second, create query experience which for each order displays the years of experience. You may use date diff that the employee in charge of that order has, calculated using order date and hire date. So create query design. So order and employees. Okay, correctly connected. Order ID and directly experience. So I need experience colon. So date diff of y. Oops. Okay, very interesting. I'm using an Italian keyboard and I type and it's a German keyboard. Now the square bracket, again I use the builder because in this way. So I need here the hire date first. So table employees hire date. Okay, let me remove this X per employees. Okay, and now order date from order date. Okay, it should work. Let me see. Save experience with an E. Belly syntax. Where is the, oh, he probably wants a comma, not semicolon. Okay, let me see. I save experience. Yes, so that's because I never changed my University Windows configuration to answer the comma and not the semicolon. Let me run just to check it. 830 records. Okay. Okay, last one. Create query ship year, which for each order displays the year in which it was shipped. Well, easy peasy. Create query design, orders, don't need anything else, order ID, a year, colon, it's year of, again, I don't have the square brackets on the German keyboard, tables, orders, shipped date, okay. Okay. Let me see. 830 also here. Okay, save. It's ship year. Okay, finish. 3 years to shut down. Okay, I shut down access. Perhaps it shut down, perhaps not. I shut down access. Refuses to shut down. Let's shut down from here. Windows problem reporting, very well. Okay, anyway, who cares? I have on my desktop, if I can arrive to my desktop, I have on my desktop here apart PDF, apart XLS, and nothing. These are the 3 files that you have to send me. This one, this one, and this one. Not this one, which is a file, okay, which is open until, okay, these 3 files, you send them to me by email, and the exam is over. Let me shut down